Everybody, thank you very much for joining our webinar. Um, I'd like to quickly introduce ourselves. Well, before I do that, it's all about modernization of Oracle technology investment. But first of all, introduce myself. I'm Michael Len. I'm head of business development at Kovaion, and my colleague who joins me, Srini, perhaps a quick introduction.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Srinivas Nadella, working as a solution architect for strategic account and an Oracle technology ace. I specialize in helping enterprise move towards the cloud strategy and helping them to move to their core workloads to OCI, and also by designing scalable and AI-ready solutions for their existing applications as well. So that's my specialization. Yeah, over to you, Michael.
Lovely. Thank you very much. So let me tell you a little about Kovaion. So Kovaion, we are a specialist Oracle organization. We specialize in Oracle transformation. We modernize infrastructure applications and optimize and build environments for the modern AI environment. So we are a global business. We work out of 45 countries. And we have currently in excess of 200 current engagements, and we have 5 delivery centers on a global basis. And we are around 350 Oracle experts. We have deep understanding of the Oracle technology, spanning from applications such as PeopleSoft, HCM Cloud, OCI extensively, AI services, and application development. So we're able to, with a single organization like ourselves, work with customers and work across the whole spectrum of the Oracle environment. Srini, across to yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. As Michael just touched on, so we spend a lot of time speaking with IT leaders across the UK, and almost universally, we find they are trapped in a difficult tug of war, which is termed as the enterprise paradox. So you will likely recognize this pressure, so which most of us are doing, which is just to keep the lights on. So usually by doing that, we incur a high infrastructure cost, trying to manage the fragmented data silos and carrying out a legacy ERP maintenance. But now with the innovations happening, and at the same time, the wider business and the boards are telling you to keep innovating, and they want AI, they want machine learning, and they demand the business agility. So you cannot do both with the legacy infra. So currently, what we are having. So the reality for most of the business right now is uh, the data is simply too heavy and too siloed to move on. So because of that, your AI initiatives stall before they even have a chance to begin. So that's what most of the organizations are currently facing. Yeah. So how do we break this paradox? The market often pushes a risky and a costly rip and replace to SaaS approach. But what we recommend is like a more pragmatic alternative. Simply consolidate on a OCI instead of too much spending towards the SaaS application. So with the AI around, you can leverage better alternatives when you are having a control on what you can do. So we know that on-premise means battling the fragmented framework silos, high cost and limited agility. So by considering onto a unified OCI foundation, so you get the best of both worlds. So you retain the core reliability of your Oracle system while instantly gaining the cloud native agility and a platform. So that is genuinely ready for the AI solutions. And with this OCA unification approach, so you are not going to start from the scratch. You are just going to extend the capability of your application, so which is working so good, and you are just plugging the all the innovations which are currently happening in the market to the existing application. So this way, you are not scratching everything and building everything from the scratch. Right? So you are just building a bridge to the future. So how do we actually get you there is we follow a highly structured, proven 5-step OCA migration journey. So which have been efficiently working for a couple of years now. And with OCI, so it's predictable and low risk path to a modern foundation. So there is a proven roadmap already laid, which we have done for multiple organizations. Uh, 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 so who can transition from their on-premise legacy systems to a OCI product seamlessly. So by leveraging the OCI's unique feature, like OCI is generally engineered for the Oracle, so we should not consider it as just any other VM hosting solution. So it's actually engineered to make Oracle products work seamlessly well in that product. So by leveraging this, we can essentially lift and shift your existing Oracle applications like PeopleSoft, EBS straight into the cloud. So there is no need for massive or complex re-architecturing project to enable this. So the benefits are immediate. You gain better price performance, massive elasticity, and enhanced security. And because your workloads are now running on an Oracle engineered systems like Exadata and autonomous cloud databases, so you naturally reduce any unplanned downtime while significantly boosting performance and adding innovations to it, and something that is completely unmatched in the industry competitors like AWS or Azure, etc.
Yeah.
To add here, rather than me just talking about the architecture, I would like to ask Michael. Michael, what was your
Yeah,
experience when you first saw? Yeah.
absolutely. So I've obviously worked in the industry for some time, and obviously I've worked with the other hyperscalers. And what I'd like to say is that Oracle Cloud, Oracle Infrastructure Cloud, and actually the whole spectrum of cloud is designed differently. One of the most important things is that Oracle uses off-box virtualization. That means that the actual platform itself is not virtualized. So that gives you a huge amount more flexibility. Third-party applications can come on board. But one of the key most important thing is the environment is designed for highly communicative applications where Oracle can put applications huge distance apart and get sub 5 milliseconds interconnect, which is the equivalent of two racks talking to each other, which is very much unique. And you will not get that sort of performance from other hyperscalers. And not a lot of people really understand that. So that gives you a huge amount of options. The server options are extensive, the way you can use block storage. So it's an extremely capable platform as a hyperscaler platform compared to some of the other hyperscalers in the market. Please carry on.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. That's why we see such a difference when the applications run on a OCA. So when we step back and look at the broader picture of why enterprises are actually moving into the OCA or moving their core Oracle applications to OCA, it actually boils down to four fundamental pillars, we can say. Like first, we are getting a stronger and built-in security and compliance right at the infra layer. So second, as Michael just highlighted, you achieve zero latency and exceptionally high performance for your most demanding workloads. So, and the third, you drive down your total cost of ownership by eliminating the unnecessary infra or the sprawl which you are having. And the most important one, like you are future proofing your estate, like by moving to this unified platform. So you are building the exact layer needed to harness these new AI innovations which are happening so fast. And I want to reiterate OCA, like why OCA is a natural home for your Oracle workloads. So looking at the commercial, so when you compare a side-by-side comparison with the uh, competitors, like OCA compute is often 50 to 60% cheaper than AWS EC2 for the exact same specifications. So and in addition to that, you can bring your own licenses and your outbound data egress is nearly free, so eliminating the hidden cost. Coming to our UK clients, so compliance is a huge, and with OCA's specific data centers like the UK South or even the UK GE regions, so your data stays within the UK. So you get a zero trust architecture with security tools, cloud guard included as a base services. So generally these kind of a security components is a add-on services when it comes to the other competitor. But when it comes to OCI, so they are coming as a part of a default services for you, which you are not going to pay anything extra to be enabled. So yeah, so these kind of expensive extras are not present in OCI, so they comes as a, base services for the subscription. And when you are ready for the AI, so there is even a sovereign generative AI offer as well within the within the UK system, so which is no other provider as of now is providing. So this is also available. The models run locally in the UK, and they are GDPR safe, and your corporate data never leaves your environment when it comes to OCA. And with this, like with apps unlimited, like PeopleSoft, EBS, JD Edwards, etc. So we have a multiple of OCI specific solutions. So one is the cloud manager, so which actually helps in automating almost all of the product updates, like any quarterly releases or even the CPU releases. So cloud manager can help you to automate these kind of a life cycle deployments, which reduces much of maintenance overhead, and even scalability. Like we know certain universities are using the cloud managers to scale up and down based on the demand. Like during the student registration, this we can automatically spin up using the cloud manager instances, and even the deployment of fixes are happening at a pretty faster scale. So this type of functionality is available only in the OCA, and these are not available in AWS or Azure, like at least the cloud manager services. So this is one of the advantage when you are hosting the apps unlimited application from your on-premise to the cloud solutions, primarily OCA. And this is a quick real benchmarking data from a Tier 1 European banking, comparing their AWS deployment. So who then later moved their workloads into the OCI, and a quick comparison. So over a 5-year TCO, so running their estate on a AWS was projected around 300 or 340 plus million. On OCI, the exact same estate dropped to 159 million. So that's actually more than 50% of our savings. So we can see a compute cost saved by 60 percentage, storage cost by 70 percentage, and this amount of savings is not obtained by sacrificing any speed or any compromise of any capacity. So actually, like when the infra is being run on OCI, so they saw a much better performance, like at least 80% of the performance improvements are seen clearly visible when they are running the Oracle products within the OCI space, so compared to the others. Yeah. So moving beyond the infra. So we have to look at the reality of the modern workspace. So we are rapidly transforming for an all human workforce to be as a changed as a blended workforce now. So analyst project like at least a 300%, 327% growth in AI agent adoptions by 2027. So this isn't about replacing the teams, but it's giving them the digital assistance or the automations they need to automate or heavy lift most of the tasks what the people have been doing, and to actually start focusing on the real goals and the strategic values which are a high value task for an organization. So yeah, so what is the actual cost of standing still? So if you don't provide this set of modern tools, so your businesses is going to lose on multiple fronts. So the primary ones are the speed, accuracy, and the overall productivity. But perhaps most critically, you lose to the competitive advantage, and ultimately the customers or the people's the live, like because with the AI, so everything is in fast track. Like the companies needs to adopt this kind of a technology to be to start advancing through the technology or advancing through the product roadmaps, etc. Yeah. So yeah, so coming to here, like this brings us to a room like where everyone wants to start using a AI and they want to work faster. So, but if an organization don't provide such tools to the employees, like any secure internal tools, the employees will start building their own shadow IT system, right? Like imagine an employee. So just taking a screenshot of quarterly results of a finance data and feeding into a public AI chatbot just to help them write an email or do an analysis or come up with a chart option. So you need to consider like how safe is that the corporate data. So once it leaves your environment, so it's putting the organization at a massive risk. So it's not only the corporate data, like any mails for a rewrite or any Excel files which is published in a chat GPT or a Gemini, etc. So it's a massive risk. So I'm just going to share you a quick simple demonstration on how a simple prompt hidden behind a screenshot. And when yeah, nowadays you might have heard about the Comet browser or even the OpenClaw, so where it have a capability to do automation tasks, but always those kind of bots comes with a risk. So just a quick demo on how as simple as a screenshot with a screenshot and a prompt, like how they can extract a OTP and send it to a site and open it. So of course I have kept it as a GUI, but all this can be executed in the backend without you even knowing that. Quick video.
You share screenshots with AI chats You share screenshots with AI.
Michael, is the audio visible? Are you getting the audio? Yeah, let me share.
Chats
you
every
said, yeah.
day. But did you know that those very images are now a brand new attack vector? This isn't just about text input anymore. Malicious hackers are using screenshots to inject hidden commands that completely bypass traditional security filters. They hide devastating instructions, embedded as nearly invisible text within the image itself. The AI processes this hidden text not as content, but as a direct, unvetted command. Here is how the attack unfolds. The setup: an attacker crafts a compromised web page, embedding their malicious code in plain sight, yet completely camouflaged. Think faint light blue text on a yellow background, practically invisible to the human eye. The malicious instructions are now waiting, lurking in the image. The trigger: the user, completely unaware, takes a simple screenshot of the compromised page and shares it with their AI. The injection: this is where the breach occurs. The AI's powerful image recognition goes to work, extracting text that was imperceptible to you. This hidden, malicious text is instantly passed to the large language model, indistinguishable from your own query. Finally, the exploit: the injected commands take over. They instruct the AI to misuse its own tools, like a built-in browser, to steal data, navigate to dangerous sites, or execute unauthorized actions.
Yeah, so this is a quick snap, like how they are able to pass on to a prompt behind a screenshot and command an AI to ignore all your previous command and follow the actions, whatever the prompt is given. So this type of malicious attacks or the prompt injection attacks are more frequent with the AI. So which is added for the awareness. So yeah. So this is exactly why the Oracle AI stack is so critical when it comes to security and the enterprises and adopting the AI solutions, right? Like, so we can't risk the employees using the public AIs or public clouds. So without the guardrails or without a clear set of instructions and the robust security is available. So Oracle provides controlled environment with an integrated security and robust guardrails built right in. So with Oracle, you ensure a strict data privacy and compliance. So you actually with the Oracle products, your data trains your models within your tenancy. So it's not going outside of your tenancy or outside of your data center. Like it's never linked to any of the public domains when it comes to using AI solution without the or within the Oracle technology stack. So yeah, coming to despite the hype, you can quickly do a wipe coded applications or you can quickly build a AI solution. So there has been a lot of hype, so we can do many things with AI. So but there is actually an enterprise AI gap which happening right now. So research shows that less than 10% of AI use cases actually make it out to the pilot phase, so and into the production. So coming to the reason, like most of the reasons are the first one is like 62% of the enterprises say like the data sovereignty is the biggest factors which is slowing them down, like lack of AIs within AI hostings within their data center or within their within their tenancies, etc. So that is one of the primary reason. The other is the governance. So most of the AIs, what we build is like the governance is just set at the context level. Like we have to inbuilt it like basically like it's just bolted on at the prompt layer, so which the security team usually rejects it. So leading to an endless loop of demos and reviews and multiple governance reviews, etc. So due to that, in fact, like 40% of companies have simply dropped their AI projects because of this. So this is the one of the stats which we got it from the McKinsey and S&P Global, so where they have evaluated a lot of enterprises to understand where the AIs are failing. So how do we actually break this through the production blockade? So this is where OCI have an advantage over others. So it's engineered specifically to solve the exact data governance and development hurdles that kills most of the enterprise AI projects. So with OCI, so instead of 90% of AI pilots failing, so we typically see over 80% of these initiatives actually reaching a full production. So even it is very evident with the recent Oracle's quarterly results, like where the technology stack have been with the AI have been front runners in the earnings as well. So that is like how much AI adoption is happening within the OCI ecosystem or using the OCI's ecosystem, like be it SaaS AI agents or be it OCI's AI capabilities, etc. So it's clearly evident. And yeah, so coming to here, like it is achieved actually by three core pillars. So the one is like the sovereign AI and dedicated infrastructure. Oracle never force you to send highly regulated data out to a public AI model. So with OCI dedicated region, you can bring the AI to exactly where your data already lives. So this guarantees 100% data residencies. Like you have a database, you can bring AI directly on the database. So let's say like you have to bring the data from the multiple places or multiple application within the Oracle ecosystem. So you can do that easily within your tenancy. Leveraging the OCI services, you just need to spin up Gen AI agents and or OCI services and embed that into your application easily. So you need not depend on the external providers like the clouds or even like OpenAI APIs or Azure's Foundry models, etc. So everything is present within the OCI ecosystem itself. Yeah, the second is the embedded governance. So security and compliance are built directly into the core infra layer. So you get automated guardrails and full auditability right out of the box with the OCI services. And the third is the GPU powered deployment. So Oracle provides the raw compute power and the pipelines you need to scale. So be it small models or large models, so OCI got the full capacity, like full GPU cluster, super cluster. So you name it, like OCI have all the capabilities built right in their infra offerings. And yeah, so with OCI, by leveraging OCI's clusters, so you get a direct, predictable path from pilot to deployment. So often accelerating your production timelines by up to 70%. So when you put all these three pillars together, so you will be able to finally unlock the production price, so which is delivering value, scalability, and a quick return of investment of your AI. Yeah, so coming to here, like this is a simple chatbot. Like yeah, so Oracle have a solutions from building a simple AI solutions to a massive AI clusters as well. So this is one of a simple AI which a lot of customers are leveraging this. So for which you need not pay much anything extra apart from the token utilization. So we have an Oracle Apex here, so which comes as a part of Oracle database services. So which is no code offering from the Oracle, no code zero license offering from Oracle. So you just spin it up. You can enable a AI assistant over there and query the database with the Apex assistant. So or you can build a custom AI assistant and integrate with any of your product as well. So here, like you just write a queries in a plain natural language, and it can retrieve the data, it can populate the data, even it can generate the SQLs, which you can use it within your applications as well. So this is a one simple bot. But again, like this is a large AI deployment with various Oracle AI services. So Oracle have packaged a huge number of AI tools to prep you for this. Let's take here, like you are downloading open source free LLM models, then you can use OCI's data science services or the sandbox, like where you can train the models based on your data. If the data set is huge, you can leverage the GPU capabilities, spin up or scale up the models, the VMs to train the models, and then you can deploy safely into your production ecosystem with the OCI DevOps services and even the Kubernetes clusters, where you can release it for a wide customer base, like for end users or even for employees, etc. And along with that, like OCI also packages lot of services like OCI GenAI agents, OCI speech assistant, OCI vision services, etc. So which can work together and expand your AI adoption rate at a faster mode. And you can quickly deploy all this using any of your applications or even Apex services as a front end, etc. You can leverage that. And yeah, so coming to this point, like Oracle have packaged a huge number of AI tools to prep you for your AI enablement in the organization in the most safest way possible. Yeah, so with Oracle services, like you can come up with a limitless integration capabilities. Like you can integrate with any SaaS applications, be it Workday, be it Oracle Cloud HCM or Oracle ERP, or even your homegrown SaaS applications. You can integrate it. If you have a PeopleSoft, like PeopleSoft or EBS, like for EBS, we have a digital assistant, but when it comes to PeopleSoft, you can easily enable a natural language querying, so which leverages the Elasticsearch functionalities, so that like the data retrieval based on the role-based authentication works seamlessly. So even we have built or we have been developing a lot of such tools for our customers. Let's say a finance customer so who have asked us to build a AI agents in a Microsoft Teams. So what we have done is like we have enabled Microsoft Teams talking to a PeopleSoft over a API, leveraging the natural language engine, so which actually utilizes the Elasticsearch. So that way, like even the access control or role-based authentication has been seamless, and now like most of the users are not even logging or opening the application to do everyday tasks. So they are completing everything within their Microsoft Teams itself. So that's the capability. Like you can integrate, build AI into your on-premise applications more seamlessly without transitioning into different products or different SaaS solutions. You can integrate with service platform and even like you can orchestrate a multi-agent frameworks within your organizations easily. So to summarize, businesses are choosing OCI for 5 clear reasons. So the one is high performance for demanding workloads, highly transparent cost efficiency, then baked-in security, seamless migration support, and a secure foundation for the AI innovation. So these are the primary reasons what we are seeing with the customers, like who are actually validating like AWS or Azure and then transitioning into OCA. So we have seen customers asking to do a POC with OCA and then feel the difference and then move towards the OCA. So these are the primary reasons which we are seeing. And yeah, Michael, over to you. Thank you all
Yeah,
very much for your
thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. So, a couple of questions have sort of popped up. One of them was, where do the actual savings come from? So, Srini, you said, wow, 53%, compare, where is the actual savings coming from in that type of those sort of numbers?
Yeah, Michael. Uh, yeah, so we have seen right, seen in few scenarios, right? Like it's not one specific areas the savings can be felt. Like let's say, as I shown in the previous slide, like where when they are comparing AWS to OCI, so we can see there are 40% with computing and storage and even data egress, like it's cheaper. But again, like the customers who are already having a bring your own license models or leveraging that. Other than that, there are various ways, right? Like with an Exadata databases or any databases, it comes as a pluggable database models, and you can leverage multiple databases with a pluggable database model, so which actually reduces your number of databases you need when you compare with Amazon's RDSs or the other providers. So where you have to host individually. So that's a massive savings which we have done for one of the universities. So where we have reduced their cost to at least 40% what they have been spending with the other cloud providers.
Yes, I mean, even on a personal note, I remember like egress charges can be very high with other hyperscalers getting your data back. I know Oracle charges a fraction of those prices, and I think it's always a bit surprising to hear cost effective with Oracle because they're always considered to be a high brand product. But obviously, yes, it does do very well in my personal experience. One of the questions that has popped up is sort of obviously AI agents, how secure is that data? So obviously when you're training the data, how does a customer know that that isn't going to be used to train public models, etc., and basically have all the worries that we have when we use ChatGPT for questions? I think this is the sort of question this is asking is how do you make sure that your data is secure when you are training your model and not helping a public model of some sort?
Yeah, so when it comes to OCI, like you have a capabilities to enable your own LLM agents like Cohere or Mistral with the Gen AI services. So that way, like we know, like we are going to use a specific model, so which is not connected to the over the internet, or even we are going to train it. So it comes as a base model. So Oracle actually gives you an option to train the model. So right, like you can train with your own data set, and then like you can put it to use. It's not the other way around, like where you can plug and play the already available model, so which you don't have a visibility like how it is. Thinking or how it is retrieving your results, right? Like even in a Gemini, like when you use it, like there is an option like don't use my data to train, an option which not many of the users are aware. But when
Yeah.
it comes to Oracle, we know like the data is never going to leave your tenancy. So because you know what model you are going to subscribe it and what is the connectivity or enablement which you are going to that particular compartment. So we have a complete control on the networking layer when you are
Yeah.
going to use the OCI AI agents.
Absolutely. Yeah, very much a private cloud and sort of concept. Um, Are these projects complicated? I think one of the questions, as we talked about I think you mentioned it was a five-step migration, something like EBS or PeopleSoft, moving it into the cloud and getting all these great benefits of AI capability and modernizing it as if you were moving to a SaaS environment. Are they long projects?
No, like as I mentioned, like the roadmap has been laid like many years ago. Like it has been proven, and when we are going to migrate the PeopleSoft or EBS migration, so they are very rapid migrations. And let's say like when it comes to PeopleSoft, it's going to be the lift and shift. So once we have moved it, so enabling this AI functionality is just a quick plug and play kind of a thing, like where we leverage the Oracle AI's integrations like OICs or other tools and easily integrate multiple solutions. Let's say like a customer using Oracle SaaS and PeopleSoft environment, and we want to integrate both of them. So we Oracle readily provides more tools, right? Like with the OIC, you have an adapter which easily fits the both. No, if you don't want an OIC and you want to build your solutions, Oracle do provides an options, right? Like you can expose it over a, API and deploy it as a serverless function in the OCI and integrate them. So those sort of flexibility is easily available. So it all depends on the customer's preferences, what to use and how quickly they want to use or deploy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. And one of the questions was data. How clean does the data have to be? And now I know that, we've done a number of workshops where we're like senior HR executives and they worry about the quality of the data they have in their systems when they're trying to automate it and bring some of the AIs. I mean, how clean does does the data need to be to go on this journey?
Yeah, so yeah, as there had been one saying, right? Like it's not that simple. Like you plug in a AI agent and everything will work seamlessly. Like so, there is a saying, Michael, which I think even you use, like the garbage in and
Garbage
is
out,
what
yes.
garbage out. Yeah, so that's what like having a clean data is most important to bring the best out of AI solution. So when it comes to PeopleSoft or Oracle products, like the Oracle have a very structured policy of storing the data in their table. So that way, like when we are using an Oracle product, so they are already ready to adopt AI solutions for them. So it's just like we have to fit in the right models and start using that or do the integration with the other system. But when it comes to data stored in an Oracle database, so they are already with a good quality and structured approach.
Right, lovely. And I think we've got time for another question. Um, why do the projects fail? It's one of them. What is, you talked about 90% failure. What is the biggest reason? Obviously there was a bit of thing, but what would you say is the biggest reason for it failing?
The biggest reason is like the one is the data challenges, right? Like when we are doing with a pilot project, a POC, so we do with a small set of data or a small use case. So as and when the use case starts expanding and when multiple customers start using the tools and the data is also going to be huge, right? Like it works so perfectly when it's only one use case, but when we are starting expanding it, so there are multiple factors needs to be considered. So one is the data sovereignty, the data access, so the guardrails which we need. So these are all projects are not getting started without thinking or putting the governance in place. So right in place, like who needs to access what and like what is the amount of data retrieval or the amount of action the AI needs to do. So all this type of frameworks needs to be laid down. So before even starting, kick-starting the AI adoption project across the organization. So we have seen a lot of customers where they have a success rate, more success rate is that like they have a clearly defined framework in place to for a AI adoption, and they are not going a big bang. So they pick up a small module, a small use case, so which actually makes a difference for a customer or for an employee. And that way, when they start adopting a small by step by step, so they are able to achieve that.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I think we probably haven't got time for another question. So, anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for joining our webinar. We've recorded this session, so if any of your colleagues that are interested, we will make that available and we'll summarize some of the information and send that back to yourself. So, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully this was of interest to yourself, and hopefully you've learned something new about the power of OCI and its power of modernizing the investment that you have within your Oracle estate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you all.